So you're thinking something like, Joshua and T-Mac here with Generational, and then going to our normal
like an
voices.
intro clip. So I'm gonna whip something up. It's like a welcome to Generational with the Generational boys. It's Joshua and T-Mac from Melbourne, Australia.
Do we
Two
really
guys sitting in a studio in front of a microphone, bread and butter, bread and meat and potatoes. Two guys, one mic podcast. Something simple and clean and cut like that.
Do we really want to go like Fox FM style, like fucking Husey and Dave or whatever? I don't even know all these guys on these. I hate commercial radio.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go down that path. So
we did try to get on commercial radio.
I mean,
we hate it, but we like getting paid.
If they were to pay me, sure.
Sure,
but I would loathe it. And I would.
The only way that you would go against your beliefs and values would be money.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is what you're saying. Yeah. So I hate pillaging and raping.
Yeah.
But if someone were to pay me,
sure.
I'm all about that.
I hate animal cruelty, but I will skin a cat for the right amount of money.
For how much? Like $6, $7?
Add a couple zeros.
So $7.50.
So a couple zeros after the decimal point. Yeah.
Right.
So there you go. So we I don't know if I want to do a recorded intro.
Let me whip something up.
Every other podcast out there, they've got their normal song, and then they come in and they say the exact same things.
Sure.
That's what I like about us. We come in, we
have different songs.
Open it up. We just have a different song every week.
Yeah.
We start talking about random shit, whatever, initially.
Yeah.
Then we run a random song.
Yeah.
Then at the end, there's a random song. Ooh, what's T-Mac going to pull at the end of the song?
So,
outro song, you know what I mean?
For people that listen to us every single week, welcome back to the Generational Show for another week. Sorry, it's on a Friday, but I had stuff going on yesterday.
Yeah. How'd your nails come out? You got your nails done and
really
a haircut. Yeah.
Really, really great.
Manicure, right?
We play a song at the start, which is my song, a Generation Y song.
Yes.
Because I am from Generation Y.
Correct.
You play the song at the end. Obviously, not as good as my song because it's a Gen X song, and that takes us out. I'm just talking, like on.
But generally, the vibes of my songs are really chill out.
They're a little bit more chilled out.
Send us out. Just yours is designed to get us hyped.
Yeah.
Boom,
start off, yeah.
The big drop, big applause, and then we come in.
Yeah,
in fact, the drop and the applause are the only two same thing, like things we do every single week.
So a massive drop and then applause.
Because all of our audience members are regular. They're members, just like you join a sports club.
As
a
sure.
member, they're members to the generational team.
You become a generational. You become a Jenner.
Yes,
is what we've
a Jenner.
Endearingly called our followers Jenners.
Yeah.
Jenners. That's GENIRR, not JENNA. We're not calling all our listeners female.
Well, we do have one called Jenna. Yeah.
She's
really
cool. Of course, but we don't call her Jenna though.
No.
Yeah.
We call her Jenner.
Yeah, Jenner. Yeah. So it's like kind of like a reversey, opposite sort of thing. Like we're crazy guys.
If you do want to join this membership, $30 a year is it now?
Yeah. No, it's $30 a month. $30 a month.
Sorry.
For this for this podcast.
Yeah.
That you can get through our website for $30 a month.
Yeah.
So don't look on Apple iTunes from now on.
Go onto Facebook, sign up for that membership there.
So we are here on a Friday, T-Mac.
Yes, we are.
We're here. It's a Friday. We're doing a podcast. That's interesting.
Apologies a day late, as you already said.
So I was getting my manicure done because I had a wedding yesterday.
That's right. You did go to a wedding.
I had a wedding, and I was very excited because it was my first wedding of my life.
I can't believe that.
Besides, here's the thing. I had a wedding when I was like 4.
Uh-huh.
That's not... I didn't really experience that wedding, Like, I was 4. I wasn't there. I was there, but like when you're a kid, you're not there. Like,
yeah.
I was the page boy, and I remember just sort of chilling out. I was like sitting on the stair. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
The page boy.
I was the page boy.
Does that mean handing out pamphlets or something?
Yeah. So basically, I was hired by my Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah.
And I would walk down the aisle handing out catalogs.
Oh, okay.
At the start of the wedding. It's an Australian tradition, man. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand it.
Fair enough.
No, the page boy holds the rings.
Oh, I thought that was a ring boy.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm in Thailand. Where do I get my ring boy? So the page boy holds the rings.
Yes.
And they pick like a young dude.
Yeah.
To walk down the aisle.
Because it's so adorable. Look at that.
He's holding the rings. And it's like tied to a pillow.
This is also because if they were to give it to the junkie uncle, it may go missing, and it may.
Where's Uncle Bill? Oh, he's
out in the back alley.
Yeah, he's actually
he's run out.
Oh, you wanted the rings. Oh,
that was for you. I thought it was a gift for coming.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I didn't understand this.
I thought you wanted me to flip the rings.
What the?
No. Danny definitely told me to flip the rings. No. He said to you're the page boy.
Yeah.
You got to hold the rings and you got to take it down the aisle and you got to give it to the best man.
I got a habit to support.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You give me rings and you tell me to flip them. I'm going to flip them.
What am I going to do with these rings?
Yeah.
I can't be off.
I know a guy who buys these rings.
He loves it. He likes diamonds. Emerald cut.
So I flipped them. I'm going to give a percentage to the bride. But he didn't. So I was the page boy, so I didn't really experience much. So this was my first adult wedding.
Yes.
T-Max, so I didn't know what to expect.
Were you excited?
I was excited. I was very excited.
I remember my first funeral.
Do you?
Yeah. And that was like I didn't go to my first funeral until I was probably in my 20s, I think.
No shit.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because I thought, I've never been to a funeral.
Never been to one.
And that's like I didn't break a bone either until I was in my mid-20s. Never broken a bone all the way through my childhood.
You hadn't lived then.
And I was always jealous of guys who had arm casts.
Yeah.
I always thought it was so cool.
You never had a plaster?
No, I never had one.
Okay.
I always thought that was the coolest.
Yeah. It's funny how kids always smash it out and you're there at 25. You just with plaster all over your body.
And fell out of a 2-story window, broke my ankle. And pretty anticlimactic, really.
2-story window and all you did was break.
College
what were you thinking on the way down?
Uni days, Well, I was thinking, how do I discard this window that's still in my hand that broke out in my hand? And I was in my boxer shorts, and there was peak hour traffic right in front of the window.
How did you end up?
Look, long story. We'll save it for another cast.
Yeah, that's another segment. Let's do that in another segment. I'll write it down though because I'm going to bring that up not later, but in a few months. So I went to my first wedding.
Yep.
And I was very excited. I didn't know what to expect, and. It was what I sort of thought it would be at the start. We all, conjugated. We came together and we went into the chapel, and there was, there was a bit of waiting. The bride was, taking her time getting ready, and it was about a 20-minute delay. And I'm like, well, come on, guys, hurry up.
Now you do realize that little cup of water, that little thing of water when you first enter the church is not drinking water.
Wasn't a Catholic church.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Wasn't a Catholic church, so the drinking water was drinking water.
Oh, fair enough.
But I still prayed on it.
Yeah, good on you.
So it was what I expected. It was half an hour service or whatever. It was, everyone was crying and it was exciting and kind of like, oh, look at this. Still maybe not want to get married or be in a relationship at all.
Yep.
Not interested.
Yep.
Don't want it. And in no way did it make me want it, So anyway, that all happened and then everyone heads inside. Now this is where it sort of took a turn for the worst, T-Mac.
Oh, okay.
Now I was excited. I was in the cathedral or chapel or whatever it's called. That's not a Catholic.
What kind of? It
was like a hut.
But what was the denomination? What was the?
It was at like a.
But what was the religion?
I don't think there was a religion. It was like in the middle of the
anarchist church.
In the middle of the Dandenongs.
Right.
And it was just a
hippie fest.
It looked like a chapel. It looked like a chapel,
naked,
but
naked
it wasn't a Catholic thing, and it was like all on the same premises. There was like the chapel, and then everyone just walked to where the reception was. Like it was just in the same area.
And then it broke out into Pilates or
a bit of Pilates, Zumba. And everyone was doing a bit of that.
Yeah,
there was people doing jumping through hoops and stuff. It was crazy.
Okay.
And I saw it took a turn for the worst when I had a look around, and there was no sexy females.
That's rare for weddings, really. I mean, no, not necessarily, but usually it's 3 glasses or 4 glasses of champagne into the reception that the sexy women start to arise.
So I'm looking around, I'm like, surely, because the bride was my cousin.
Uh-huh.
So, not going to go there.
Oh, okay, really? Okay.
Again.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
We'll let that one lie.
Let's let that one slip.
You did.
I had a look at all the groomsmen. The groom's relatives and friends.
Yeah.
Nobody was good looking. None.
So you were.
So
you saw there were no good looking females. So then you shifted to the males and thought, well, maybe there's some good looking males. I mean, I got to get something here. Yeah, I got to get something. I'm at a wedding. It's the first wedding in my adult life.
It went like this.
I'm told that you can get really rowdy at weddings and you can get some hard sex.
Yeah.
There's no good looking women. What's happening in the male front?
It went. This is the priority list. It was groom's family and friends.
Yeah.
Okay. My family and friends, males.
Sure.
That's what the priority list went through, and it got to priority 3. So
okay.
A little bit disappointing. Overall, it was good, full of love, and it was emotional and all that sort of gay stuff. But
it was a gay wedding.
It wasn't gay in the sense that it was gay, but it wasn't gay.
Okay. Let's clarify that now. I mean, gay marriage.
There's nothing wrong with gay marriages. I mean,
there is
legal, in Australia.
You would have been at a legal wedding.
Yeah.
So.
And I would have had to turn you in, Josh.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. That was my next call.
Definitely.
Because my cousin is an undercover wedding cop, and he goes around and goes to...
It's quite large at the moment. There's a lot of undercover wedding cops.
It's good work if you can get it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it pays really well. So stick around. That's all the wedding talk for today. I know a lot of people out there are single and miserable just like me, and they don't want to hear about it. So let's leave it for now.
Let's do that.
I'm not really miserable. I'm just joking around. Come on, it's a comedy podcast, everyone. Come on.
Stay up.
Lighten up.
Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Generational T-Mac and Josh Show. Ooh, I said it backwards. Josh and T-Mac.
Generational T-Mac and Josh Show. Is that what you said?
Irrational Jen, T-Mac and Josh Show.
That's a little bit weird, man. It doesn't sound right.
I went out with a girl we used to call Irrational Jen.
Shut up.
Yeah,
why was that?
Well, she was
an irrational girl, and her name was
Martha. Yeah. Look, speaking of generational and what the show's about.
Sure.
I'm going to kind of get back to the roots of the show and talk about Gen Y, Gen X a little bit.
Gen X, Gen Y gets me excited when we talk about this because it is the
premise of the show. So it's basically it's more about Gen Y, and there is a bit of perception out there. Obviously, we've talked about it in the past, Gen Y being entitled and things like that. And there's another perception that some of Gen Y may be not quite as smart as they could be.
Sure.
Maybe a bit unintelligent.
Education-wise, lacking in the area.
Exactly right. A little bit uninformed, and maybe not so clever when it comes to figuring things out. I've compiled a little mini intelligence test because I know you will buck the trend, and you will prove this theory wrong.
Okay, right.
Because you're a smart man.
I am an intelligent young male.
You are.
I know things with my brains, and it connects to my mouths.
And I couldn't have put it more eloquently if I tried. Yeah. So I've got a few things to pose to you. Some of them are in the form of kind of sort of riddles, intelligent tests, things of this nature. And I just want you to, after I read it, I want you to explain what's going on in the sentence.
I'm going to take this seriously as well. I'm not going to try to be funny. I'm going to take this very seriously.
Yeah. Okay. And this is true. I mean, this is not. I mean, it's not about being true or false. This is something that I want you to take seriously.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's go.
Okay. So there's only 4 of them. The first one is this. Okay, this is just something. It's just a statement.
Okay.
It's hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs because they always take things literally.
Sure.
What does that mean?
Well, a kleptomaniac is someone that used to live in the sea.
I thought you were going to take this seriously.
I don't know what a kleptomaniac is.
Okay, so that one you fail.
I fail that one.
Okay. The thing about this is it's hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs because they always take things seriously.
They take things as in possession-wise.
Well, there you go. Now you're catching on.
I don't know what a
kleptomaniac is. A person who perpetually steals things.
Sure.
So they always take things literally.
Take things, literally.
Well, yeah, that's where. Okay, that's where the intelligence comes into play. Okay, you got there. You got there in the end.
Ooh.
Number 2, Pavlov is sitting in a pub enjoying a pint.
Yeah, sure.
The phone rings. He jumps up shouting, "Oh shit, I forgot to feed the dogs."
Yeah. That's because Pavlov is this dude that had dogs, and he trained them that when he whistled, they knew that they were going to get fed.
Nice work, brother. See, you are fucking proving the generation.
We just high-fived.
Doing the generation proudly.
We just high-fived.
A Roman walks into a bar.
Sure.
Holds up 2 fingers and says, 5 beers, please.
2 fingers says 5 beers, please.
Yeah.
A Roman walks into the bar, 2 fingers. That's because Roman numerals V is 5.
Nice work, doggy.
Yeah, buddy.
You're fucking smashing this, bro. I wasn't expecting it. I think you're doing all right.
I'm a kleptomaniac right now.
Okay, here's another one. There's a band called 1023MB.
Yeah.
They haven't had any gigs yet.
1023
MB.
1023 MB. Don't know.
Maybe if I show you it, you'll figure it out. They haven't had any gigs yet.
Because 1023 MB is a gig.
Is megabytes.
Is a gigabyte.
Is a megabyte.
No, 1023 megabytes is a gigabyte. Because if it was KB, it'd be a megabyte.
Okay. So that one doesn't work. But you got it. Once I showed you, you got it. You got the gist of it.
Yeah.
I may have left that one digit.
I knew about it. I did write those. So.
Okay, Gen Y, I think you should be proud of your Josh out here. He has proven that, in fact, you guys
50%.
do know some of your shit.
I got 50%.
No, I think you got about 75%.
One of the questions was wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not really.
Not entirely wrong. No,
1,000 megs.
Because
is a gig, isn't it? But they haven't had any gigs yet, so plural.
They haven't had any gigs. They haven't had 2 gigs.
Right. Okay, so
they've had 1 gig.
Yeah, they have.
Because that's what, you know.
They've had a gig and they failed miserably. Now that the band is disbanded, the drummer is now a junkie. The singer, now he still wears his hair long.
Yeah.
And he walks around in his sequin pants.
Yeah.
But when he's sitting at the local donut hut, it doesn't. He gets no fanfare whatsoever.
Why would he? Because he hasn't got 2 gigs.
They've had 1 gig.
They've had 1 gig, so people know them. They're like, oh, that's that. I know them from somewhere. I think I've seen them play.
They only sold 20 tickets, dude.
Yeah, so there's 20 people there. So there's only 1 or 20 people. It's in a small town, though. So, I mean,
and I think. I don't even think any Gen Yers would know this band.
People listening to the show right now are confused about what are they talking about now,
dude?
That's the show. You got to stick with us. You got to stick with us.
I like that you've proven the theory wrong that Gen Yers are uneducated and not knowledgeable.
The Pavlov dog thing was that was a big thing.
Good one. That was a real. I did not think you would get that. You'd be like, who the fuck is Pavlov?
I did go to a private school.
Okay, good on you, brother.
I know stuff. Did I then become an educated person after school? No.
Yeah.
Do I work in sales? That needs no real education, just
why
personable
you
attributes.
Still vote Liberal. Enough said.
Go Tony Abbott. T-Mac, there's something that's been coming up in my life a little bit that I've realised about myself that I enjoy.
Okay.
That was a really good sentence. All right, lots of commas in there, lots of colons, and a couple of semicolons. Okay, because I know my punctuation pretty well. So basically, what's been happening is there's a female at the office who's more or less she's a bitch.
Okay,
right, but that's just who she is. She is just a bit of a bitch, and I think it's just to me because she sees me as a little bit of a fiend.
Sure.
A bit of a person that doesn't take shit seriously, person that doesn't... Because, I mean, you and me, we are quite... we're cynical of people.
This is true.
Right? We don't really get along with people apart from ourselves. We can get along with people.
We can,
but we hate people.
Well, we choose wisely.
We choose wisely about people.
And if
we don't like someone, we don't have anything to do with them.
Right, that's right.
And we make it clear that we don't want anything to do with them.
To an extent, yeah. I mean, you can't do it too hardly, but
exactly. But
subtly.
It's about being personable, but also being... People know that you were that we are that sort of person. You know?
That's right.
They don't, and people respect us for that. I find, but there's some people in the world, particularly girls, that I find I'm going to be delicate with this that have had a privileged childhood. I feel are a little bit more similar to us, where they just if they don't really like someone, they make it clear.
Yeah,
and I feel like she's like that with me, and she's a bit of a bitch to me.
How do you know she's had a privileged upbringing?
Oh, you just know. You just know. She's like, she wears really expensive clothing. Like she talks about what her father does and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
A child of money. A child of money, T-Mac.
Anyway, I'm trying to figure out who this is. I can't figure out who this is.
All right.
Don't say anything.
I'm not going to say anything. Well, I mean, you got to know who it is straight away. Anyway, she's quite mean to me, and something that I've found lately is that I kind of like it. I kind of like it, T-Mac.
You like what?
The meanness, the anger and animosity that she shows to me.
You like it?
I kind of like it.
It turns you on.
Not the actual animosity and anger and meanness, right?
Yeah.
But that's the sort of attitude that I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that gets me excited.
Okay, so I really have to know who this is. Can you give me
We got a nickname for her that she uses a fake name, and we have the nickname for her. Anyway, she'll say stuff to me, right?
Yes.
And like I'll just be like, oh, and I play along with her because I know that I annoy her. There's something about me that annoys her.
Yes.
And to other people, like, I'm quite an attractive male that gets a bit of attention from females.
Case in point, you made a comment to her the other day about makeup.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I was sitting not far from you. I heard her response to you. Because she was trying to ask you a question, and you disregarded her question, work related, and you made a comment about her makeup.
Yes.
Right? And then she's like, just shut up now, whatever. And she tried to get you back on topic.
Not interested, though.
I heard that, and 10 minutes later, when she was in your vicinity, I said the exact same comment about the makeup to her,
which was hilarious.
And she was nice to me about it. Like she like explained, I did this, I did that, I did the other. That's the reason why. I think you're right.
There's a little bit of animosity.
Proves the point that
she really doesn't like me, and it's been clear. Like, we've had nights out where she's like kind of tried to tease me a little bit because, like, she feels like she has an upper hand on me because she thinks that I want her.
Does she? You think she does?
She thinks that I want her. It's pretty clear because, and there's someone else at the office that's trying to get us. Like, he can feel the tension between the two of us. Yeah, and he's trying to make it happen as well. So there's a little bit of backstory going on behind it. But anyway, it's something that I've realized because he's like, if a girl's really nice to me, I don't know. I just feel like. It's a little bit more exciting when these chicks are...
Sure, it's like the females who have the bad boy. They like to chase the bad boy.
Yeah.
So she's your bad
She's my bad boy.
She's your bad boy.
I want to get her dick in my mouth.
Yeah.
And just nibble on it. Nibble on the end of it.
She may end up having... no, I'll save that for later.
Okay.
No.
So, and it's funny that because I was telling someone else, a friend of mine, about this revelation that I've had about myself. Uh-huh. And they said, every one of your girlfriends have been a fucking bitch. Like, just like, well, there's the truth.
Your type. That's your type.
There's the truth.
Okay.
So, and that's why.
I mean, do you really think this one's a bitch, though? You think she's a real bitch?
She's not a bitch. I feel like if you broke through that barrier.
Yeah, there is some kind of coldness to her.
The cold, just.
It's weird. She's got a few different types of personalities, doesn't she?
If
she can be really nice and friendly. She can be really helpful. Then she can be really have the walls up. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Though I feel like there's something about me that annoys her, so she pushes the meanness, and then I just sort of try to bring it back in.
I like to think this might be kind of a serial topic. So similar to
let's give her a nickname.
Yeah, exactly. Similar to a Looney George. Can we give her a nickname? Kind of.
Let's give her a nickname.
Just despondent. Pushback Paula. She's kind of
Jane Doe, Angry Jane Doe. No, Angry Jane.
Angry Jane. Yeah, let's do
Angry Jane. So it's Angry Jane is. We'll keep you updated with Angry Jane.
Yeah,
because there will be more stories to do.
I think there will. Jane. Yeah, there always are with Angry Jane.
And I will force it for material so that we have something to talk to about on the show.
And look for the video game Angry Jane too. That'll be coming out shortly.
So is you.
Josh, seeing as I didn't really have a lot to talk about today, what I did was I collated a few random oddities that I thought might spark some conversation between us.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. I find these really odd. Okay, let's just put it that way. This first one relates very much to an experience I had on a bus in San Francisco. When I think I told the story, the announcer was over the bus, over the loudspeaker. And he was announcing the next stops, like every next stop. Mm-hmm, what landmarks were around that stop? Next stop coming up, Powell Street, Union Square, cable car transfer, and I hate my job. This was he was doing this over the fucking phone.
Lovely,
fucking hilarious. Next stop, Stockton Street, Stockton Tunnel. And what do you? I can't remember the. Only one more day to go, and I can fuck off this job. Like he was just really going off with.
Shit. He didn't like his job.
The whole bus was busting up.
But it seems like he's doing more than he has to in his job as well. So he's going above and beyond in the job that he does not like.
He is, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's great.
So in a very similar vein, this one says crucial details in 30 New York trials went unrecorded because the court typist was writing "I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job" over and over instead of recording the stuff that was.
This is a recent thing. So this is on the court transcript. She had "I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job."
She was feigning. Similar to the guy who was, lip syncing the thing with the Pope or whatever like that.
And he really actually wasn't doing what he was saying.
She was just doing the finger motions.
I hate my job. I hate my job. So the human mind does trail off sometimes, T-Mac.
Doesn't it?
She just went there. She just went along with it.
I think we should try this maybe for a half day at work. What do you say?
Well, let's have it on the podcast. Just, I'm here again. I'm having to do this podcast.
I hate this cast. I hate this cast. I hate this cast. Number 2 of Random Oddities. Random Oddities here.
Random Oddities with T-Mac.
On Generational. Female duck vaginas actually contain multiple dead ends. So there's several different holes.
Different caves, like
different caves, but some
one entry hole.
Yep,
and then
several dead ends. It's it's.
Well, that'd be fun if that was like human form.
Well, this is to help protect them against duck rape, and this is true.
Fantastic.
This is true.
Because it gets I'm not gonna. This duck's too shallow.
But it really makes the male duck feel much larger too.
Oh, male ducks! I thought you just meant duck rape in general. Cool. Next.
So the next oddity here. This is riveting listening, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
In general, and I only read this one because it's not really an oddity, but you're a Mac user, I'm a PC user.
Love Macs.
In general, this is supposedly, Mac users are 50% more accurate and 44% more productive than PC users. I beg to differ on that.
I am pretty productive.
I really beg to differ on that one.
I am pretty productive, though.
How can you are? But how come just because you have a silver computer? Why does it?
It says about who the person is. They got more of a creative mind if they got a Mac.
No, you know why? No, that's only because Macs claim to be for artistic people.
If you are an artistic person and you want to get a computer, you don't buy a PC.
Okay, but why need a PC at all? Why not just create on Canvas?
Well, I mean, that's a
done
really
deal.
Point.
Okay, so
get out there, people. Get outside, grab your skipping rope, get your oil balls, paints, and play some dodgeball. Get the team together and make a baseball team.
There you go.
T-Mac, just to get us out,
Yeah.
Just to finish off, last couple of minutes, I just wanted to bring up something that I really enjoyed over the last couple of days, and that has been my recent dreams, which have been really lucid. Is that the right word?
That is the right word. Very well done.
It's just in my head, and I wake up and I remember every second of it.
That's excellent. I love that.
My mind is just it's writing movies for me while I sleep.
Yes,
because these movies have twists. They have turns. They have actors and actresses that do a brilliant job.
Just like a movie.
Just like a real movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, actors, actresses, that's a movie.
That's a movie. Actors, actresses, storylines, twists.
It's happening in your mind.
Anyway, have a great week, everyone. No, so the dreams have been really great. Mm-hmm. I remember them really, really specifically. And a couple of weeks ago, here's one. A couple of weeks ago, I dreamt that I was one of the superheroes in the Avengers.
Okay.
And you know how you have those dreams and you can't really punch people because you're dreaming and everything's really soft.
Slow motion.
Everything's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Like,
that's weird.
I had this dream.
I can never punch anybody in the face in my dreams.
Even with guns, when you try to shoot, like the bullet just sort of falls out the end.
That must be your id holding back the ego.
It must be. I don't know. Something to do with
Freud.
Anyway, in this dream, my id was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not working today.
Oh no, id is the most base. So it's your ego, it's your super ego holding back your id. I think, yeah.
Oh, is there ego, super ego, and id? I knew there's three. There's three.
Yeah.
Because your ego is all about being arrogant. Your id holds you back, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, so
there's a dog in there too.
There's a dog.
He salivates.
A whistle blows, and then everyone's getting hard on.
And he has with his mother.
So I'm flying around, man. I'm punching people. I'm super strong in this dream.
Okay.
And it was great. Yeah. Girls were loving me. I was like flying past girls, and like they were loving it. But then like a story happened, and like there's like an aeroplane, and like things are crashing into bridges, and I'm helping hold up this bridge, and characters from earlier in the dream were like popping up at the end. There was like a big twist.
Okay,
and like,
nice.
Dude, it was crazy, man. It was unreal.
Did you write it down?
I wrote. Well, that's basically the dream.
But did you? Because these are things. This used to happen to me quite a bit, and usually when I was like under high influence of some kind of something.
Yeah.
And I would dream really lucidly, and then I'd wake up and write it down, and then I'd write a short story like based on it, and it would be really whack, fucking crazy short story, shit like that.
My dream kind of stole the story from the Avengers, so.
Yeah, true enough.
I would have just been writing the Avengers.
I hear it. Yeah, okay.
And then yesterday, I was 2 days ago, I played for Richmond football club in Australia.
Yeah.
And I got dropped by them, and I got picked up by the Melbourne Demons. So I was a football player for the Melbourne Demons in my dream, and I was really good.
Is that an actual team?
That's a real team. I was like talking to actual members of the team, and I had Jack Watts. Jack Watts is a number 1 draft pick that plays for Melbourne.
Okay, boring.
It's not that good, but anyway, I had his phone number. Anyway,
hate sports.
This whole thing. Anyway.
Okay,
and that was
so that's great. Yeah, good. You're a footy
player
now.
I will keep you updated with those. Hopefully, I have a dream about Angry Jane in the next couple of nights.
All right.
Okay, Friday podcast.
Done and dusted.
That was a strong ending as well. That was a nice way to finish it off. All about dreams. Everyone's our American listeners will probably be listening to this at night, I think.
Yeah, they will. Indeed.
So they'll be listening to this at night, and then I'm talking about dreams.
Then
they might go off and have a dream. Because
they'll probably fall asleep during the podcast anyway, and then they'll be dreaming right then and there. So that's great.
Exactly right. That's what I was trying to get at. So
now here's an example of sending someone out on an old classic track by the Specials. It's from an old ska generation. Like some of the older listeners, such as Greg Barrett, would definitely know this.
Greg Barrett, a very popular comedian,
and appreciate it.
Yep.
So there you go. So we're done with 78. We will come back with the 79 next week.
Was this 78? Was it?
It was 78. Twas.
Woo, buddy! There you go. We're getting somewhere. We're a real podcast, people. We are a real podcast here to stay.
That's right, and we'll be hitting 100 soon. We're also in the works of having potentially getting sponsored by.
Yes, that's right.
Getting a sponsorship, which would be really cool.
Well,
we'll keep you up to date on that.
Because there are companies in Australia that hire us for events, and we do sort of speaking roles. They're sort of like silent partners of the show.
That's right.
And we do like their public events and that sort of stuff. But we've actually got a legitimate sponsor on the cusp right now.
Yes.
And should we just mention who it is, like, straight away?
No, not yet. No.
So we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week.
We'll finalize the deal.
We're going to finalize the sponsorship agreement.
Yes.
We love all of our sponsors, all of our silent partners at the moment. We've always got a sponsor. Coming next week, we'll have to talk about it. A big and upcoming company. So keep an eye out for that one. I know everyone is on the edge of their seats.
Yeah. We'll let it. Yeah. Just wait for it. Until then, catch us on the usual haunts. We don't have to repeat it again. You know where to find us. You found us now. You'll find us again. We love y'all. Late.